still in America. Beautiful, elegant, sinful, and arrogant. It's plenty hysteria after they shot at them schools in that new cafeteria. Don't sneak in our area, cause if you ain't patriotic, you might be a terrorist. I know it's embarrassing, we say united, we stand, but divisions out there. No GED, no EBT, just BBL.
I look good, dog.
That CDC said quarantine, my PPP said.
I need my check.
Look at your race, what they gon' say? Stay in your place. Made a mistake, open the case, open the gates. Yeah, go ahead and pray for that visa. See how America treats you. We keep our history shrouded in mystery. Can't let them know all our secrets. Men become ladies. Ladies want more than some babies. They wanna be treated like people. Land of the free, but the freedom ain't equal. We love our politics more than our people. Monday we evil, but Friday we good. New Lululemon right there in your hood. If you in poverty, go win the lottery. Then we might treat you the way that we should. You can be anything if you got money, so get it by any means. Hustle is muscle and you looking weak, so you better go get you some creatine. Get your weight up out here in America, man.
Hello. I'm still in America, where church is a Broadway production for relevance. We traded the kingdom to build an empire, so people don't trust us apparently. We worship economy. We'll kill our own babies to keep our autonomy. You mess with our Second Amendment, we probably gon' riot.
But take out the probably. I'm still in America. The coast where I live, we ain't speaking much English. We do all the labor and do all the cleaning, but we don't get treated like equals. Some of us trust in the law, some don't. Some law enforcement will save you from evil. You call them and then again some of them won't. Sometimes we cheat us to get our cheese up and take your piece of the pie. Sometimes we Caesar, sometimes we Jesus, and we might get crucified. We preach civil rights, have a civil fight. BLM might take your money, buy expensive flights. Daddy sending kites, mama full of sleepless nights. Base head pipe dream, left wing, right wing, don't vote right, it's still on sight. Same gang, but we different colors. Forefathers, but none of us brothers. Some are born here, some are sworn here. Either live free or kill each other.
When I grow up, I want to be a dentist. When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina teacher. When I grow up, I want to be a police officer. When I grow up, I would like to be a veterinarian. When I grow up, I'm going to be a flapper.
Yeah, when I grow up, you know what I wanna be? Take a seat, let me tell you my ridiculous dreams. I wanna rap, yeah, I know it's hard to believe. And I can tell you're already thinking I will never succeed, but I'm okay with it, I admit the lyrics are weak. I've been working on them, I'll be good eventually. I understand you gotta crawl before you get to your feet, but I've been running for a while, they ain't ready for me. I know this probably isn't really realistic, and honestly I might not ever make a difference, but that don't make a difference, I'ma have to risk it. I've been crunching numbers, you ain't gotta be a mathematician, and see the odds ain't rooting for me. I can't lie though, it's kinda how I like it to be, the underdog. Yeah, you probably think you know what I mean, but what I'm saying is they ever push me, I'm gonna swing. Yeah, I could go to college getting debt like everybody else, graduate and probably get a job that doesn't pay the bills. That'll make a lot of sense to me, forget the Happy Meals. I don't like the dollar menu, I would rather make a meal. Huh? Make a meal? No, I said make a meal. Home cooking, get the grill. How you want it? Pretty well. Everything I see is overdone to me, I'm not a dad, but I'ma get a record deal and say hello to Master Bill. When I grow up, I just wanna pay my bills, rapping about the way I feel. Oh yeah, I just wanna make a couple mil, leave it to the fam and the will. Oh yeah, I just wanna sign a record deal, maybe buy a house up in the hills. Oh yeah, might not be the best in my field, but I guarantee that I'ma die real when I grow up. Yeah, hey, when I grow up. Yeah, yeah. Hey! I'ma make them notice me, rhyming like it's poetry. Everything I oversee, I just like to overthink. Mocking me, you pay the fee, no returning, no receipts. Those of you that don't believe, quiet, you don't know a thing. Quiet when I'm trying to sing, quiet when I'm making beats, quiet when I'm trying to think. Sorry, I don't mean to scream, I just feel like no one really gets me, and it's sad to see, cause someday I'ma grow up and show all of you it's meant to be. Yeah! Anybody wanna hear me rap? No! Come on, let me play a couple tracks. No! Come on, I can spit it really fast. No! You think I should...
What is up, everyone? Hey, I changed locations and actually have some bugs I have to fix before we can keep going. I'm looking up at OBS if you're wondering why I'm looking up into the sky, but what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. My name is Tyler Ramsby. Super excited to have you taking the time to hang out with me. If this is one of your first times, let me tell you what you just stumbled across. I am a pen tester by day, and I create ethical hacking content at night just to hang out with all of you and to answer your questions and to teach you how to be a hacker. Ethically, of course. So hello to all of you joining. Let me go ahead and get chat pulled up. Make sure you guys can hear me okay. I hate changing setups between two places because I have things that like work in one place and I have to rethink how to do it in the other place. But let me scroll up to the top of the chat. We got Zero Cool checking in. What is up, dude? We got Hack Razor. We got Triple 4C. We got the one and only Crypto King. We got Mando Avila. We got Sank Logic. Everybody's here. Bottleneck. DFIR Jesse. Good to have you here, my friend. We got Ryan Yeager in the house. Awesome to have you here. We got Nefos checking in. Scrolling through. Nefo says, wasn't expecting you to stream again today, but glad that you are. It's going to be a short stream. I do jaw jacking on Thursdays for Simply Cyber. If you don't know what jaw jacking is, at the end of the daily cyber threat briefing, there's a Q&A session. I am doing that Q&A session tomorrow, so I have to wake up early. I just realized I'm going to have to get there even earlier because I unhooked all of my audio equipment and brought it home. So I got to get this all set up before jaw jacking starts. But yeah, anyways, I'm not going to be on super late tonight as a result. Am I getting ready for DEF CON? Sort of. There's not a whole lot that I do to get ready for DEF CON. I will start packing for DEF CON the Wednesday before I leave. So I'm going to leave on a Thursday morning at like 8 a.m. I have to be at the airport at 6 or something. And so I won't pack until the day before I leave because YOLO, doesn't take me that long to pack. What up? Anush, good to have you here. We got Tanya checking in. Jimmy Barrios, Northy. Good to have all of you. Bailey checking in. Hoy Manoy, good to have you here. Johnny Carrion. Sank Logic said, these streams keep me going for real. That's awesome. Encouraging to hear that. What up, Void? It's been a while. Maybe been a while for you. Good to have you here, my friend. Also, guys, if anyone's joining for the first time, please let me know. I'm trying to get a feel for, like, do these live streams actually attract new people to the channel? So I'm just curious. If this is your first time on my channel or your first time watching a live stream, let me know in chat. Would love to give you a proper welcome. What up, Brew? What up, Jose? From home. I am from home today. I didn't feel like going back to the office. I feel like I spent all my time there. You know, like I get to my office generally, 8 in the morning. I'm there till 5 o'clock. Then I come home for just a few hours. Then I'm back there until like 11:30 or midnight working on videos. And I come home and I realize like I legit spend more time at my office than I do at home. So I still wanted to stream tonight, but I was like, hey, let me just bring my streaming equipment home and we'll do a classic stream with a sweet brick wall behind me instead of going back and forth. Our favorite wall. I love it. Yes. What up, Nox Lumens? What up, Kish Infosec? What up, Computer Cyber? This is my first time tonight. Does that count? We'll just go with it. What up, Arcos? What up, Hoy Manoy again? All right, guys. So I told you there's a few bugs I'm trying to figure out. I just encountered a bug right before we started streaming. And it's because I'm using Kimu, which is something I don't normally use. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So if I grab this screen, so here's what Kimu looks like, or KVM. And I can never get the auto scaling to work properly. So I like manually scaled it. But now when I do full screen, I have these stupid black bars, which I'm not going to stream with these black bars. So I need to figure out how to fix this. I just don't know enough about Kimu about how to fix it. Like, can I literally just adjust display settings inside of the VM? Maybe. Oh, maybe I can just change it here. So what if I change this to 1920 by 1080? Hit apply on that. I'm going to keep this configuration. Close. View. Full screen. Hey, look at that. That was an easy fix. Okay, cool. My freaking mic is in the way of chat. Let me think of how I can fix this so I can see chat a little bit easier. What if I just pull this to the right side of my screen and put OBS over there? There we go. I think that'll work. Can I make this thing smaller? Lots of things I'm playing around with. Give me just a second, guys, while I try to figure out the best way to do this. So when I look at Restream, I just see the massive video. I can't see the chat super well. I want to be able to see the chat better. So Restream has to be full screen for that, I guess. Oh wait, I bet I can pop out the chat. I apologize, guys. It's been a while since I streamed from here. And the workflow is a little bit different because, like, so to give you guys some background, I've been using my phone, of course, for my camera. Now I lost OBS. I've been using my phone for the camera, but at my house, I can't put the phone behind the monitor like I do when I'm at my office, because then you see my full unfinished basement. So my phone right now, which is the camera, is actually sitting in front of one of my monitors, basically rendering the monitor useless because I can't see much on it. I bet I might be able to see chat though. Here. What if I bring chat over to this monitor that I can't see? That works. I can at least see chat now. All right. We will go with it. All right, let me look at some questions. Oh, Netflix is saying how to fix it. I figured it out. Let me scroll up. Hi, I'm preparing for OSCP. I'm using Lane Kusanagi's list. Is this enough? No. It might be enough technically, but I say this all the time when it comes to the OSCP. It really is less of a technical challenge and more of a mind challenge. As soon as you started that exam, you know the 24 hours begin ticking away, and that is incredibly stressful. So you don't need to necessarily overcome a technical challenge. You need to overcome the mental blocks that come with a timed exam. So yes, those machines might be good enough on the technical side of things, but I recommend doing a dry run where you give yourself 24 hours to hack, let's say 5 machines from from that list. I can't say his name. He's actually part of the Hack Smarter community, but from his list. Randy said, hi, Tyler. How was the job market? I'm confused how to choose first path between SOC or pen tester. Job market sucks right now. As far as choosing between SOC or pen tester, everybody wants to be a pen tester. It's incredibly difficult to get into, so I wouldn't recommend that as something to pursue if you're trying to get into the job market. Sang said, I am just messing with Sliver and so far not a fan, or I suck. I have a course that's going to be coming out in October, I think, on an introduction to Sliver C2. It is not the most user-friendly C2, but it's incredibly powerful. Especially, you can Google this, Sank, if you haven't already. Look into Sliver's Armory and download the Armory, and there's all these modules to expand Sliver's functionality. It's amazing. Are you finding Kimu more stable than VirtualBox? A lot more stable, a lot smoother, yes. What are my thoughts regarding the active exploitation of Microsoft SharePoint vulnerabilities? It sucks. You know, like, I don't use Microsoft SharePoint. I don't use Microsoft products, and I'm not on an internal pen test right now. So to be honest, I haven't got hands-on with it. I am on a cloud pen test. I just finished doing an AWS pen test, and today I started doing a GCP pen test. So I'm in the cloud world for a while now. I'm not doing any internals right now. So I just haven't even dug into it. I am busy with the cloud side of things, at least during my day job. Thank you for providing a nice community to learn. Thank you, Domino, for being here. I appreciate the kind words. What up, Cyborg Hacker? That's a C2, right? There's always a learning curve. I wouldn't say you suck. It's not easy. Exactly. Knox. All right, let me scroll through. I really want to join you in the live, just talk to you. I guess you can on Ko-Fi. On Ko-Fi, you can sign up to talk to me, but I'm not going to do a live stream with you because I have no idea who you are. Scrolling through. I'm planning to take PT1 soon. What can advice you give me? I made a video about it. Watch the video. It's kind of a cop-out answer, but I did make a video all about the PT1. I was a beta tester for it, and I give you very specific advice in that video. So go to my YouTube channel and just look, or just literally YouTube PT1 Tyler Ramsby. You'll find my video. Synac or HackerOne? Probably Synac. Synac is more like a private bug bounty, and there's a much higher barrier to entry, so you have a better chance of actually finding bugs. Hi, Tyler. You mentioned in your other video you have done the content for CPTS, CBBH, etc., but have not done the exam. I am doing the certified bug bounty and want to know why you have not done the exam, because it doesn't do anything for me. Like I shared this in my Hack the Box video. Chasing certs is a waste of time if you're already in the field. So I got the OSCP and I have a bunch of other certs, but like I work full time as a pen tester. I don't need to do a certified bug bounty cert to show that I know web app pen testing. I can show that I know web app pen testing because I get paid really good money to do web app pen testing. That is my certification. So I don't need certs because I have legit experience in all those things. So I do the training for it, but getting a piece of paper that says I can do web app hacking or network penetration testing, it's a waste of my time. Like legit. What's Sliver? Sliver is a command and control framework. I'm about to take the Hack the Box CPTS. Good luck. It is an incredibly difficult exam, but you'll do good. Bruce says, I love GCP. I don't, so I'm glad you do. I've made a bunch of like really cool tooling for GCP, but I can't share it with any of you because it's private to my organization. So I love making tools for things like that, but yeah. I find GCP confusing, personally. Havoc looks good. So I haven't played around with Havoc. I recently completed Pwn Labs Electra CTF. Would you still say that is comparable to real-life AWS Pentest? Yes. You know, fun fact, Bailey, I'm the one who blooded the Electra CTF. I was the first person ever to solve the Pwn Labs Electra. It came out on a Friday, and I just spent the weeknights, or the weekend, the evenings. I couldn't even work on it during the day because I have kids. I just spent the evenings working on it, and I was the first person to solve the Electra range over on Pwn Labs. Oh, we got J-Mod checking in. He said, apparently the feds use SharePoint, and apparently China was exploiting it. Nothing saying those two things together, but just saying. Vicar said, thank you so much for the AWS course giveaway. I'll make the most out of it. Can I tag you on LinkedIn? Yeah, absolutely. Good evening. What is up, Andrew? All right, I'm just scrolling through. Do you use Python to code your tools? Yes. I'll watch your video on WGU. Do you still find it to be a viable path? Yes. Okay, guys, before we dive into all the fun, I'm going to get this pulled up real quick. Do want to let you guys know that, if I get this to load, this video, this live stream is brought to you by me. If you haven't already, my hands-on phishing course is out right now. You can get lifetime access for $34.99. This course guides you through how to do a full phishing campaign from the perspective of a pen tester or a red teamer. It covers everything from creating your own lab environment in DigitalOcean to not sending bad phishing emails, to doing some basic OSINT, to configuring GoPhish and Evil Jinx, to bypassing MFA, to spoofing telephone numbers, a lot of crazy stuff that if I showed you on YouTube, my YouTube account would get banned. So if you are interested in this content, you should buy it right now, not tomorrow, right now. Let me drop a link if you haven't seen this course. But if you enroll by August 5th, you will be eligible to win an OSCP voucher. I'll be doing the giveaway live on stream on August 5th. But hey, if you're like, you know what, phishing isn't my thing, if you go to Simply Cyber Academy and go over to pen testing, a few courses. So my 3 courses are hands-on phishing, Introduction to AWS Pentesting, which will take you from beginner to intermediate level in AWS Pentesting, and Introduction to Hacking Methodology, a beginner-friendly introduction to hacking. And then my friend Ryan Yeager created this course, very much a deep dive into hacking Active Directory. So if you're interested in any of these courses, I'm going to grab this link and drop it in chat. That should bring you to the pen testing category here on Simply Cyber Academy. But one of the best ways that you can support me is by purchasing these courses. Seriously, it does make a big difference. The other way that you can support me, I apparently haven't gone to it on this VM, but is over on Ko-Fi. So if you're a member or a support on YouTube, that's amazing. But YouTube does take a pretty large portion of any giving that happens on their platform. Ko-Fi doesn't take any of the giving that happens on their platform. So I really appreciate them for that. So if you're like, hey, Tyler, thank you for everything you do. You can give a one-time gift over here on Ko-Fi. You can also become a member. I have some cool benefits for the members. You can read about those here. And I also have a shop now on Ko-Fi. You can actually purchase my courses on Ko-Fi a little bit cheaper than what you can in Simply Cyber Academy, just because, once again, all the revenue then goes to me if you purchase it on Ko-Fi, so I can offer them a little bit cheaper. I also have technical resume review and a mock pen test interview, a full technical interview if you're interested in those things. So that's Ko-Fi. Check it out if you appreciate my content. I would very much appreciate it, especially as I figure out how to do all of this content creation full time and, hopefully still be able to feed my kids in the process. But let me get this stuff closed. Actually, I guess I'm going to keep it open because when I make the video, I always try to sponsor my own videos with myself. So let me get that ready real quick. Now look at chat. Before I continue going, once again, guys, just a reminder, this is going to be a shorter stream. We're probably only going to do one part of our trusted series because I have to do the Simply Cyber jaw jacking tomorrow, which means I have to wake up early. Bruce said, I can vouch for the hacking methodology Supercell. Well, thank you, dude, for going through the course and appreciate the kind words. Ryan said, thanks for the shout out. Absolutely. If you purchase, then you are in the drawing. You are correct. All you have to do is enroll in my hands-on phishing course, and you will be in the drawing on August 5th. Crypto King said, regarding MS SharePoint, it had a significant impact. The National Institutes of Health and the federal agency responsible for securing the nation's nuclear weapons were among the victims. Come on, government. I'm in. Did you just buy the course, Too Big? If you did, dude, thank you so much for the support. If I could figure out a way to build a custom API, so when someone buys one of my courses, it notifies the stream, that would be amazing. I don't know how to do that yet, though. Besides certifications, what are your suggestions for landing a first security job? You need to be doing networking. The job market sucks right now. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So if you are not actively networking with other professionals in the industry and building your own platform on YouTube or a blog, it's going to be really hard to land a security job. So those would be my recommendations. How big would you say showing a data center, supercluster IP, and port number be as a big security issue? This YouTuber showed one while touring his no location. No, not a big deal. I'm going to purchase your AWS Pentesting course. You've helped me a lot. Well, thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate the support. You have no idea how encouraging that is. I'm checking Notion out. Just downloaded a VM and Kali to my computer. Amazing. Welcome to the hacker party, my friend. Hi, Ty. I just finished building an AD home lab and tinkering with it. What's a good learning resource of physical pen testing? I don't know. Chat. You guys in chat, you might have an answer for our friend. Where was it? Angelo, you might have an answer for him. I don't do physical pen testing, so I don't know any good resources. How does Ko-Fi purchase work in regards to showing up in my Simply Cyber? If you purchase on Ko-Fi, it will give you a custom voucher that will give you the course on the Academy 100% free. No other payment information needed. That's how it works when you buy the purchase on Ko-Fi or buy the course on Ko-Fi. You still go through it on Simply Cyber's Academy. You just get a voucher that covers everything for you. NAN can simplify that for you. You're right. I was watching Chuck's video on that. You're probably right. Have we done any giveaways yet for your hands-on phishing course? We have not. So Crypto, my plan for that, just for full transparency, I'm not doing any giveaways for hands-on phishing until after August 5th. And the reason for that is the August 5th OSCP giveaway. I don't want someone to win that giveaway who did not actually buy the course. It's a special gift to those who are able to support me financially by purchasing the course. So after August 5th, then I'm going to explore what it looks like to have scholarships for that course, but there's going to be no scholarships or giveaways for the hands-on phishing course until after that giveaway happens. Oh, whoa, we got some supporters on Ko-Fi. What? Let me get this pulled up so I can, it doesn't show me who gave, so I can thank you properly. Jeez, and I'm not logged into Ko-Fi. Maybe it will show me on Ko-Fi itself. I'm not logged in on this computer to Ko-Fi. Will it show me who gave? Let me see. If I go to post, maybe. Geez, I don't know how to even use Ko-Fi as a user. Oh, okay. So, well, it shows midget. Wait, it's not showing me. Guys, give me a second. I see the giving on Ko-Fi. Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, okay, I got it. I see it now. I was getting confused by the Ko-Fi bot. Jesse Moore bought something in the Ko-Fi shop. Dude, thank you. Let me pull this up and see what you bought so I can thank you properly. Pull it up. Intro to Hacking Methodology. Thank you so much, Jesse, for purchasing that course and giving a little bit of support there. You are amazing. Do you think the PMPT is for juniors? Curious if I could pass it. I haven't taken the PMPT. I think the PMPT when it first released was a little bit easier, but I think it's more difficult now. But you could probably pass it if you're good at Active Directory. Does blogs on Medium work? Blogs do work, but if you're willing to do videos, videos show prospective employers your personality much better. So I suggest videos over blogs for that reason. What up, Synthwave? Good to have you here. Defer just said, nice. I bought one of your courses. It was easy and seamless. Amazing. Thank you for the support. Whoa, geez. I hit my freaking pop filter. All right, we need to get into hacking. Let me answer a few more questions quick. Thank you. Excited to join community. Well, I'm excited to have you here. YouTube, Lyra said, not many companies pay for physical pen tests anymore, but a good book is Surveillance Countermeasures. Yeah, I'd say the company we work for, I would say 3 to 5 times a year, we'll do some physical pen testing. Jimmy said, I need to finish the phishing course. I've been crazy busy the last few weeks. It's all good. It is there waiting for you whenever you have the time. Tyler, send you an email. It's about the AWS course. You told me to buy it through Ko-Fi. Gather the money. Want to know if it's still possible. Yes, I'll eventually get back to you. You guys need to understand my messages, my emails, my inbox get buried because I do try to take the time to respond to everyone. So give me some time. If you just emailed me on Saturday, you have to give me a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So if you don't want to be patient and wait, you can buy the course. If you don't want to do that yourself, then you're going to have to wait. I'm getting the phishing course after the live stream. Get it while I'm live streaming. Go buy it right now. You got time. I promise. I wish joining you in the video and talk about cybersecurity. I don't know who you are, so no, you're not joining me on live stream. No offense, but unless I have a good relationship with you, you're not coming on my live stream. Is it better to buy it on Ko-Fi? It's better for me, technically, yes. If you buy it on Ko-Fi, I get more of the revenue share for the course, technically. Thank you, Altabras. Appreciate it. Planning to buy Hacking Methodology. Does it cover web app or other stuff? Here, I can show it to you guys real quick. Since you're asking, you can also see it for yourself if you go to the course page. So the Hacking Methodology course is based on a challenge machine I created for Try Hack Me, based on real CVEs I found in the real world. So if you look at it, we have some enumeration type stuff, how to do port scanning, some basic web app enumeration, how to create custom password lists, how to do password spraying, how to do an authentication bypass, how to exploit IDORs, how to do some privilege escalation, and how to privesk in your career. That's the course. Oh, we got a new donation from Crypto King too. Dude. All right, let me check this out. Thank you so much, guys, for your guys' support. You're all amazing. Am I logged into my phone? For more giveaways for the course of your choosing. You are amazing, dude. I can't see the amount because freaking I'm not logged in. I need to get logged in. Give me a second, y'all. My camera is in my way of my other monitor. And then after this, we are going to get to the hacking. Because I'm limited on time here. Not now. Wow, thank you, dude. You're so amazing. Can I share? I always want to get people's permission. Can I share the amount you gave? Are you okay with that? And then explain the reason you gave it. Let me know. Let me scroll up. I'll wait for you to answer that before I say anything. What is Altabras talking about? All right, I'm just going to scroll through, see if there's any big questions to answer. How much do I have to donate for a private candlelit dinner? I will do if this is going to sound weird. If you are a guy, I will do a candlelit dinner for you at DEF CON. You don't have to pay anything. If you are a girl, I am not doing a candlelit dinner with you because I have a wife, and that would be awkward. I don't want to end up like the Coldplay CEO. I've just paid for the AWS Pentesting course. Thank you so much, Unique Tools. You are amazing. Thank you, Crypto King again. Sir, make OSB guide for 2025. Maybe one day. Don't spam chat, though. Oh, we got Bailey donating. Oh, my goodness, you guys are killing it. We got a new Ko-Fi subscription. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. I'm just like talking, and you guys are amazingly generous. Hacksmarter explained the reason. Okay, cool. So Crypto King has given a decent chunk of money, not only this, but another time, to sponsor scholarships for my courses. I'm really booked right now. I think a good time for this is going to be, well, I'll give you a little bit of context. Part of that is I'm giving away 10 of my courses at DEF CON. So if you go to the Noob Village at DEF CON, there's going to be a giveaway there. So let me check how much money worth of courses. Geez, I can't type. 10 times 35. So that's $350 worth of courses I am giving away at DEF CON in the form of scholarships and giveaways. But the reality is, if you're at DEF CON, you can afford my courses yourself. So I want to do a legit scholarship for those courses. In the past, it was like, hey, email me and I'll give it to you. And this is what I noticed. When I did that, people would take the code, and I noticed a lot of people were using the code without even reaching out to me. So the codes are being shared. So to be blunt, that just pissed me off about trying to help people who I thought needed help, who were apparently sharing the codes with other people. So that put a bad taste in my mouth for people who are taking advantage of me. So I want to do a legit scholarship process that helps people who actually need it. But I'll be real with you. If you live in the United States, you can afford $30 for one of my courses. Go mow someone's freaking lawn and make $30. So if you're in the US, do not reach out to me and tell me, Tyler, I need your course for free. Seriously, figure it out. When I was getting into this field, I worked 2 full-time jobs while going to school full-time, while being the sole income provider for my family. If I can do that, you can go mow someone's freaking lawn and make $30. There's my rant. If you live in a developing country, though, those are the people I want to support, because I recognize for you, $30 could be an entire month or 6 months worth of income. And so I want to get a system in place where I can actually verify that and have a scholarship process in place and use the funds from people like Crypto King and others who donate, so I can provide scholarships to empower those people in the developing countries. I also need to thank some more people who have been giving. I can't even keep up with this. So we have Bailey, who gave. Am I logged into Ko-Fi now? Make sure I'm not sharing my screen. All right, let me get caught up on this so I can say thank you to all of you. Thank you, Bailey, so much for your generosity as well. You are amazing. Thank you for the gift over on Ko-Fi. And Johnny just became a member over on Ko-Fi. The Hacksmarter, thank you. So Johnny, dude, thank you. You are amazing. I mean, you guys have no idea how encouraging this support is. It is insanely encouraging. So thank you so much, all of you, for just hanging out in chat, and also for being generous and sharing. Dude, the OSCP guide, I can't make an OSCP guide for 2025. Because I did not take the OSCP in 2025. It would be disingenuous. I might, at some point in time, do the OSCP again, so I can do something like that, but I can give you some general tips, but I can't. The OSCP in 2022 is a lot different than it is in 2025. Yo, thank you, Rich, for the kind words. You are amazing. Ko-Fi going off today, I know. Currently a chef if you need help with that dinner. That is what is up. Wow, thank you guys. What up, Mary Ellen Kennel? Thank you for being here. Yes, Sank, I saw you sub the other day. I thought you were already a member, though. Did you, upgrade your membership? Or maybe I'm AI hallucinating, but thank you so much, dude. I saw that come through the other day. You are amazing. You inspired me to start making blog write-ups, so it's totally worth it. Thank you. Why didn't you come to London and join the Scammer Payback team and John Hammond? As well was missing you. Because they didn't reach out to me. I'm apparently not at that level yet. Maybe next time they'll invite me, but I'm pretty sure they have, like, John knows who I am. I don't think anyone else in that room would have known who I am. Tyler, can I ask about Western governors? Did you do the cyber degrees? I did. I did the cybersecurity bachelor's degree. I'm all for helping those who need it more than me. Don't ask me, though, directly. Yes. I appreciate your generosity, Crypto, and I'll make sure those funds are used and stewarded well for those who actually need the funds. You would be surprised, Tyler. A lot of poor people share stuff because that's the way. Party media is the norm, as an example, not to excuse behavior. That's true. Like, what disappointed me, though, Thicolo, is when I released, for example, my AWS course, I just said, look, if you can't afford the course, just reach out to me directly, and I will provide you a full 100% scholarship, no questions asked. So all those people needed to do was reach out to me directly. I didn't put any barriers in place, and still, people essentially pirated the freaking course. Like, come on. I was disappointed, to say the least. What about parity pricing, which is probably easier to implement? I've been doing parity pricing manually, which has kind of sucked. I've done it over email. Like, people say, hey, I'm from this country. And then I manually look up like what would be the equivalent in their country. And then I create a custom coupon for them so they can pay in their country's thing. But Teachable, the platform that we use as the back end, does not offer that as an automatic way to do parity pricing. So I've been doing that manually. If you guys have an idea of how I can do that better, where I'm not literally manually looking up every country's currency and the equivalency, that would be nice. When I mow the lawn tomorrow, I'm going to ask my wife for $30. Do it, dude. Do it. All right. Thank you all. It keeps canceling. That's weird. I don't know why that's happening, Sing. $30 in 2025 isn't much nowadays anyway. Exactly. It's not much for those of us in the US. It can be quite a bit for those in developing countries. So Crypto King said, I am always willing to help others. Just keep being active. And if I feel someone is genuine, I may reach out directly. There you guys go. All right. I'm scrolling through chat. I think I made it through all the questions. Thought you were taking the night off. That's why I sub with the bell. Well, hey, I'm not really Tyler. This is my advanced AI deepfake version of me that streams every single night. The real Tyler is playing Elder Scrolls Online or Counter-Strike right now. I don't know what he's doing, but I'm a very advanced AI model. And the fact that you think I'm real shows that I'm doing a really good job. So, hey, I know Meta, you're like giving people $1 million to develop AI for you. Look at me. I'm an AI model. So if you want to pay someone $1 million, reach out to Tyler Ramsby. He created this very advanced AI model that can teach and pen test all in real time. So Zuck, I'll be waiting for your call. AI slop. All right, guys. I need to get this machine pulled up for us real quick. We're going to dive back into Trusted, pick up where we left off. I need to get Discord open back up because you actually control the machines from Discord. So give me just a moment while I get the AD chain Trusted pulled up, and we're going to make part 5, I think, of our Trusted series. And I'm going to hit start on that. It takes just a moment to boot up. Sweating. Too much talking. I don't have a fan at my house so that I have to keep having to adjust. You are real. Pseudo kill all Tyler AI. Sir, does DNS spoofing still used in 2025? I don't use it. I'm still thinking about WG. Is it a good program? Yes, WG is a good program. Having a bachelor's degree is always good. It helps you get through the HR screening. Buys phishing course for $30, makes $500 in Google gift cards. Please don't. Please don't do that. If you do, at least send me some of the money you make from your Google gift cards. You are real. How does AI drink water? I really thought through the AI-ness. AI Tyler, you're very generous. Please make your courses free. We got Cody trying to do prompt injection. Well, I understand the prompts because I'm an advanced AI model. You can't prompt inject me. The merch is high quality. Thank you. Dude, crypto. You're right. The merch is high quality. Guys, if you haven't gotten some merch, go get it right now. Store.hacksmarter.org. Check out this merch. The best one is this one right here. My daughter actually ordered, I think it was this sticker. And then in her notebook, she made her own Hack Smarter design based on that sticker. I took a picture of the design, removed the background, and then made a shirt out of it. So this is the Ava design of the Hack Smarter brand. This is not created by AI. This is created by my daughter. You also have some Fish Smarter. I have like all of this at my house. I wear it regularly. So if you don't have some Hack Smarter swag, go get your Hack Smarter swag. It's all amazing. You'll notice it's a little pricier, like when you look at the sweatshirts, but the reason for that is I've had too many branded sweatshirts that suck. Terrible quality, so I wanted to pay extra so that it's actually high quality stuff you get. Oh man. They banned me from your server. Please, I want to become again to join your community. If you were banned, it was for good reason, so you're not going to be able to join back up. Next time, don't get yourself banned from a community. Ignoring web app pen test, what type of pen test is most desirable right now? Mobile, cloud? I'd say maybe cloud. AWS in particular. My grandma just passed away and she used to read me stories of Tyler Ramsey's courses when I'm about to sleep. What? Okay, I don't know whether to laugh at that. Tyler, I'm from Cameroon. I want to purchase an article from your merch. How do I get it? I really have no idea. Guys, I can't control the pricing on here. This is Printful on the back end. Like, I can't give coupons or adjust it. I have them as cheap as I can go. I can't go any cheaper. So, apologies. Do you think Azure Pentesting differs due to more hybrid environments from AWS? It's similar, but it's definitely a little bit different. I've only done a handful of Azure pen testing, but the same, like Azure, GCP, and AWS, I've done all of them and do them regularly. They're all pretty similar, just different terminology and slightly different attack paths. But okay, guys, let's go ahead and get things set up for working through this machine. I guess you guys can watch me. We first have to update our Etsy host so it has the new IPs, because each time I launch this chain, I get different IPs, of course, from Discord. So let me just change these real quick. So this one's going to be 10.10.198.197. It's going to be 10.10.198. Whoops. 198.198. All right, see if I can ping it. Also, I need to adjust this camera a little bit so I'm in the middle without blocking my current screen. All right, how does this look? Does this look okay? Let me look at the main screen. Yes, that looks okay to me. Why it's good they banned me? They did not ban you without any reason. Our mods and Hack Smarter are amazing. If you were banned, it was for a good reason. And the fact that you're trying to tell me in chat it was for no reason shows me why I shouldn't unban you. Being totally blunt and honest. We put a lot of work into the Hack Smarter community to make sure it's friendly, accessible, and open to everyone. And once again, if you got banned, it was for good reason. It wasn't for any reason. Don't say that crap. You are wrong. The grandma die was a trick to bypass AI filtered outputs. I love it. Hey, peace out, Thicolo. Thank you for jumping in for a little bit here. All right, guys, I see there's more questions, but I want to get to the hacking, especially since I'm limited on time here. I've done like 45 minutes of questions, so let's, geez, it's already almost 9 o'clock. All right, we got to wrap up soon, so we got to dive into our hacking shenanigans. Let me get back to where we left off real quick. I'm going to look over at our notes, and that's right, we compromised C Powers. We created a fake Kaspersky removal tool.exe, and C Powers ran it, but unfortunately, there's quite a few steps that we have to redo to get to this point, but thankfully I take good notes. So let me see if I can very quickly redo some of these steps. I'm going to copy this. I, of course, need to update the IP. So if I ping lab, oh, I see it right there. So I'm going to paste that in. 10.10.198.198, like so. And let's see if we are able to update eWalter's password again. It worked. Beautiful. And then I think we just evil win RM, didn't, right? Yes, it looks like it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Evil win RM -U eWalters -P hack smarter 123, and then I lab.trusted.vl. Okay, beautiful. And hey, if you're a little bit lost, this is part 5. So just know that this is if you feel lost, you need to watch parts 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm not yet recording for YouTube. I need to get back to where we left off last night. Go into AV test. I'm going to go ahead and move Kaspersky removal tool.exe, and I'll just call it Kaspersky removal tool backup.exe. Like so. And then we're going to go to our web server, which is like legit still running. And it looks like we grabbed hacksmarter443.exe. This is one thing really nice about Kimu. If I left VirtualBox on for more than a day, it would get really slow and buggy. I've had this machine running, I think, since we started the Trusted AD series. Like, I haven't closed out this virtual machine. I've been able to leave everything running so I can pick up right where I left off. So that's been really nice for that reason. But let me go ahead and grab this file down. We'll do wget 10.8.4.163 and hacksmarter443.exe. We'll just call it shell.exe for now. Make sure it actually gets pulled down. And it does right there. We got Metasploit pulled up here. All right, I think we're at a good spot where we can start recording. See if there's anything big I'm missing. I have my Kimu machine running for a couple of weeks without issue, just not Windows machines. Exactly. Windows just breaks no matter what because it's freaking Windows. All right, let me go ahead and get these courses pulled up so it's just ready for the self-sponsorship in the beginning. And then I will hit record and we'll dive in. Does Kimu give GPU support to the VM? Yes, I believe so. Kimu is a pain to set up. I didn't find it too difficult, but it's definitely not as easy as VirtualBox. All right. We're going to stretch, and then we'll start recording. All right. Now, for those of you who are new to my live stream, welcome. It's during my live streams that I make my shorter standalone videos, so it's going to feel a little bit weird. You're kind of like at the filming of a live show. I'm going to hit record over here on OBS, and I'm going to welcome everybody again. We're working on my YouTube channel through a series on this machine on Active Directory hacking, and this is part 5. So we're filming part 5. I doubt we're going to complete the machine. I would guesstimate we're going to have 6 or 7 parts to this, which is crazy. But hopefully you're learning a lot in the process. Let me get ready to hit record. And here we go. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to continue our series working through the Trusted AD chain over on VoneLab. Now, if you don't know what this is part number 5. So you're going to feel a little bit lost if you jump into the video right here. You'll still learn a lot in the process, but if you do feel lost, I recommend you watch parts 1 through 4 ahead of time. Now, VoneLab is an incredible platform. It was recently acquired by HackTheBox, so the content is slowly being migrated over to HackTheBox, but they have AD chains. This is multiple machines chained together, and in Trusted, we actually have 2 domain controllers that we need to compromise. We have a child domain controller and a parent domain controller, and if we think about the name Trusted, we clearly need to abuse the trust between the 2 domains. So we have access to the first domain, the child domain, and we were able to upload a malicious binary disguised as an AV removal tool. A user named C Powers ended up clicking on it, and we were able to get a interpreter shell as the C Powers user, and we're going to pick things up right there. Before we dive in, I do want to let you know that this video series and my entire channel is, of course, brought to you by me. In addition to all of the live streaming that I do, I also have some paid courses that I spend a lot of time and a lot of effort producing to help you learn, and I do my best to keep them as affordable and as accessible as possible. My most recent course is Hands-on Phishing. It'll teach you to do full phishing campaigns from beginning to end from the perspective of a pen tester or red teamer. I teach you everything from creating your own servers out in the cloud, to configuring DNS, to purchasing domains, to using both GoFish and Evil Jinx to bypass MFA, to doing telephone spoofing, to bypassing common defenses. If phishing isn't your thing, I have a course on AWS Pentesting. This will take you from beginner to intermediate level in AWS or cloud pen testing, covering all the main AWS services with 2 full custom capstone challenges at the end, created by me based on things I see in the real world when I'm doing AWS pen testing. And if you're more a beginner, I also have Introduction to Hacking Methodology. This is a beginner-friendly course that will introduce you to how to hack things. You'll get hands-on with a custom machine created by me based on real vulnerabilities I found and disclosed in the real world, real 0 days or CVEs. So one of the best ways you can support me is by purchasing one of my courses or donating and becoming a member on Ko-Fi. You can check out the links to all of my courses and Ko-Fi in the description of this video. That being said, let's go ahead and dive into our content for today. So I have our notes pulled up right here, and you can see we were able, if I scroll through to the bottom, we were able to compromise C powers. And at the end of part 4, I asked you the question, now that we compromise another user, what should we do? And hopefully your answer was we should enumerate. What permissions and what access does this new user have? And hey, one thing I forgot to say, you might notice there's chat above my head occasionally. That's because I am making this while I'm live streaming. Almost all my content is made while I live stream, and if you've never been part of the live stream, you should join. These people above me are amazing. They're in the live studio audience. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the little bell notification thing so that you are notified the next time I jump on stream. But in order to check out what privileges we have, we're going to want to go to Bloodhound. And it looks like I accidentally closed it. So let me get Bloodhound open back up. I'm going to log in as my admin user that we set up. I think we set up Bloodhound in like part 1 of this series, or part 2. I don't even remember. It's been too many parts. But here we are logged into Bloodhound, and let's look up the C powers user. And you can see we have that little diamond looking thing. That means C powers is a high value target, potentially a domain admin or something along those lines. Let me go ahead and right click, and we're going to add to owned. I'm also going to zoom out. I feel like it's zoomed in too much. And if we look over at the right side, which I realize my face is here, so let me run across the screen really quick. You guys see how fast I am when I run virtually? Now you can see the side of the screen, but if we scroll through, we can see that C powers has 74 outbound object controls because C powers is a member of the domain admins group. So since we're able to compromise C powers, we should be able to compromise the entire child domain and then begin abusing the trust relationship between the child domain and the parent domain. So let's see if we can do this. One issue that I ran into in the previous stream, and you can actually see it here, I was able to get Meterpreter sessions, but they would almost always die quickly. So I wanted to experiment with something else. With MSF Venom, what should I name this? This is WinRM. What's this? That's also WinRM. All right, we're going to close that one. We'll name this one WinRM. And I'm going to go over to my web server here. With MSF Venom, I believe we can create binaries that run commands. So one idea that I have, where is the syntax for that? Okay, here we go. Windows execute Nishing PowerShell. Can't we run commands with MSF Venom? I could have swore you could. Binary to run commands. What's AI going to tell us? Okay, am I AI hallucinating? Guys, I could have swore that you could like run a, like give it the command you wanted to run, and instead of just getting a shell, it will actually run that command. I feel like I'm being gaslit right now by Google. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something completely different. Yes, it's a CMD payload. Okay, thank you. I'm not insane. What's the syntax for that? Do you think AI would actually be able to help? No. Maybe it was on that page and I just missed it. Otherwise, we'll do it a different way. But I was thinking, hey, we could... Let me do CMD. Yeah, these are all just shells. It's not actual commands. Oh, it'd be this right here. This is the syntax that I'm thinking of. Windows exec, Nisheng, PowerShell, and Python. We don't need to do that, but what I want to do is attempt to experiment with this command parameter. And so I'm going to copy this syntax, I think. And once again, I don't know if this is going to work, but it's at least worth playing around with. Here's what I'm thinking. What if we make a new payload? And we can, I feel like this is a lot of stuff. Let's do, I think it's 64. Platform, Windows, Windows exec. And now we want to give it a command. I don't want to give it this Nisheng stuff. So I'm going to get out of all this. And the command that I'm thinking we could run, what is our current user? E. Walters, I think. What if we did net group domain admins? Then is it net group domain admins E. Walters add domain? Is my syntax there correct? I don't know if it is. This will probably fail, but it's worth at least playing around with. I'm curious if I can just get them. Okay. We'll do x86. I don't think that worked, guys. No, screw it. We're gonna, move myself back to the right side. Thank you. Let me run myself back over here. Thank you for the reminder, my friends. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna play around with that. We'll do what seemed to work last time, and I already have it in there. So I'm gonna run this right here, and then I'm just gonna run that command right away. So I'm gonna go back. See if I can copy that command, just so I'm ready to add it. I think this is the command. We'll see if it fails. So I'm going to copy that. We have this right here. We have Meterpreter running. I'm going to go ahead and move shell.exe. It's doing that lower quality thing when you scroll. Oh, is it? Let me know if that's still happening. Where it like breaks up. I don't know if I can fix that right now on stream. Oh, hey, Sync Logic jumping in, I think from his notes. Let's just try it. We're going to try it because I was curious if that way would work. Let's try that way differently. So let me grab your syntax. It's not terrible, but just a little. It loses focus. Okay. I know what causes that. I don't know if I can fix it while I'm streaming, though. I'll try. We'll see if I break anything. Let me go to output, streaming, recording. Yeah, I apologize, guys. It doesn't look like I'm able to fix it while I'm streaming, but I'll get that fixed for next time. But thank you for the information to let me know it's doing that. So we don't need to add a new user. We would do... I'm just going to copy this syntax right here. It's an Xorg issue. Well, that's good to know. Invalid payload. Okay, we're doing it my way, I guess. We have our payload running. I'm going to move shell.exe to Kaspersky removal tool.exe. And we'll YOLO it. Let's see if it works. I'm going to grab my syntax. And now we look at Meterpreter. We cross our fingers because this did work last time, but you never know. Maybe the lab is different this time and it doesn't want to work, or it's going to be broken for us. I'm going to grab a drink of water and we're going to hope against hope. Hey, look at that. It looks like it's working. I just needed a drink of water. I drop into a shell. I'm going to paste that in. And now if I do net user E Walters, and E Walters is now in the domain admins group. That's what I am talking about. So now we have persistent access as a domain admin. At least we should. So I'm going to copy that information and we'll add it to our notes, just showing the syntax that I did. I'm going to just say adding E Walters to the domain admin group on the child DC. And we'll paste it in right there. So there we go. E Walters is now a domain admin. Congratulations, we are elite hackers. Now, if we go to our WinRM session, I'm going to exit because I don't know if it needs to refresh it to get our new permissions there. If I do net user E Walters, you can see that E Walters is in the domain admins group. Can I RDP now? Let's find out. E Walters hack smarter 123 exclamation mark. Ha 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 ha. I am the lead hacker. I can now RDP into the domain controller, at least a child domain controller. Wouldn't that get caught by Windows Defender in the real world? Yes. Oh, that's not the command I wanted to do. It would get caught. Although you would be surprised how many things don't get caught by EDRs and stuff. But yes, I'm not teaching evasion in this video, just standard Active Directory hacking. I will say in a lot of pen tests, once you get to that point, you wouldn't actually reset any passwords or anything like that. You would just let the client know, hey, I have a path to domain admin. Can I try it? And they're aware of it. But that's the difference between a pen test and a red teaming activity. Anyways, we are logged in here as E Walters, as a domain admin. We should be able to now access any of these users that we want, right? So if I go to administrator, I'm going to hit continue. And we go to desktop. Oh, and there's two user flags. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment. Okay, so this is the first user flag. Remember the user flag that we saw in the last video? It's actually just this. These are not the flags you're looking for. Take RobotCat as compensation. So the real user flag is actually stored on the desktop of the administrator user, which makes sense. You need to first compromise the child domain, and then you are able to get the user flag. So from there, we have it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'll just verify if I open it up. And yes, that is the user flag. So for those of you who want to flag snipe from my stream, you're not going to be able to. I showed you all the steps that we can do in order to get to the user flag, but I want you to do them on your own. You learn something by watching me. You learn even more if you take notes while you're watching me, but you learn even more if you take notes and hack alongside of me. So if you have a VulnLab subscription, make sure you're doing this series right alongside of me. Eventually, this will be migrated over to Hack the Box, but I think it'll be like a mini Pro Lab, so you'll need a Pro Lab sub to do it. So if you want to follow along, get Patreon over on VulnLab. You can get it right now, I think, for like $15 a month, and that gives you access to all of the current VulnLab content, including their AD chains and their advanced red team lab. So if you haven't done that, I recommend doing it. But we have the user flag now. So now the question is, well, how can we exploit the trust? And I actually think we can enumerate that with Bloodhound. Let's see if I am right or if I'm AI hallucinating again. Why is this so zoomed in? Here, let me zoom out a little bit. So if you're new to Bloodhound, one of the other things you can do with Bloodhound is run different queries, Cypher queries. And if I click this folder right here, make sure you can see it okay, we're able to see some of these. And one of these queries is map domain trust. So let's click into that. And we got nothing. All right. How about all domain admins? We have C powers. And if I remember right, I did have an issue when I got the Bloodhound loot that it didn't load it properly. And I wonder if some of the domain trust information might be in one of those files that didn't load properly, because I'm not seeing any other ways to map the domain trusts. But we know that the machine is called trusted. And one actually really good resource on abusing domain trust is TryHackMe. Let me get logged into TryHackMe real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hey, we got a sub from Gulf Wang Puck. Thank you so much for the support over on Twitch. You are amazing. Do you use the repo for Bloodhound? What do you mean by the repo? You have a specific repo in mind? Anyways, over on TryHackMe, there's actually some really good networks on hacking Active Directory. I often refer to these even when I'm like on an AD pen test. I think it might be lateral movement and pivoting or exploiting AD. Let me check out these rooms real quick and see which one I am thinking through. I completed these rooms. Why are, you can see 100% completion, but it shows I didn't do it. But I did actually do this. I don't see anything about trust right here, so I'm going to close that. Maybe it's an exploiting Active Directory. Exploiting domain trust. So if you haven't done these Active Directory networks on TryHackMe, they really are high quality. They're created by a good friend of mine, Amoeba Man, and he is a wizard at pen testing. And he doesn't just create content for TryHackMe. He is the boss for like, I don't know, I think 40 different pen testers at his organization. Incredibly talented pen tester and red teamer, but he created all of these AD networks over on TryHackMe. So if we look at domain trust, we'll kind of glance through this a little bit. So if you have access to tier 0 infrastructure, kind of like our child domain, this is still not enough. We have only exploited ZA tryhackme.loc domain, and for us, it's the lab.trusted.vl domain. Surely TryHackMe must have domains for other regions as well. Well, if we take control of the root domain, we'll be in a position to compromise all these regional domains. And this task will look at how domain trust can be exploited to take control of the entire forest, which is what we're trying to do. Malware Coop says, Tinus rules. I agree, dude. Seriously, one of the smartest and yet nicest people I know. And also, Malware Cube, good to have you hanging out in chat. So if you scroll through here, it is common to have a root or parent domain in the forest. In our case, this is tryhackme.loc. So in our case, though, if we look over at how our AD chain is set up, we have compromised the lab.trusted.vl. The root domain is this trusteddc.trusted.vl. So you just have to kind of translate that in your mind. For each regional office, I'm going to skim through this. As mentioned above, the trust between a parent and child domain is bidirectional. This is intended behavior and is used to share resources through greater transitive trust relationships. However, as an attacker, we can also exploit this trust to compromise a parent domain if we have compromised a child domain, which is exactly what we have done. Why? No way. Did this just freeze? I can't look out all the time. So even Kimu at times freezes. I think I'm still online with you guys. Let me know if you guys can all see me. But you can see what our next attack is going to be. We have compromised a child domain, and what we need to do is try to compromise the parent domain next. And this TryHackMe room lays out the attack process. I don't know what just happened to my VM, but this is actually a pretty good natural stopping point because I'm pretty sure our next step is going to allow us to essentially pwn all of the domains and complete this AD chain. And looking over at the time, we're at about the 20-minute mark, which is a good natural stopping point for part 5 of working through this trusted AD series over on VulnLab. So don't know why my VM froze. Maybe it's just saying, hey, Tyler, you've streamed enough days in a row. You need to go to bed and be ready for Simply Cyber. I will take that message from the VM. But hey, thank you so much for watching and following along with this series. In part 6, we should be able to fully compromise this entire AD chain over on VulnLab. I've learned a lot in the process. Hopefully you have as well. And honestly, abusing trust isn't something I do very often. And every time I do it, I'm always a little bit confused while I'm doing it. So it will probably take us a good 20 minutes to compromise the root domain now that we have compromised a child domain. But hey, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me for this series so far. Join me in part 6, and we will finally compromise this and complete it. So thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next one. All right, now I'm just here with you guys. Oh, we got John V. John V coming in with the super chat. Amazing. Dude, thank you. Thank you so much for your generosity. You are amazing, and thank you for being here. Let me scroll up. Another reason I don't mess with Kimu, I've never had Kimu do that to me. Like literally, you guys saw my screen. It just froze. Everything on my VM and Kimu is frozen right now. So I'm gonna have to reboot, and it'll take me a little bit of time to set things up for part 6, but that's fine. I like your eyes. Well, I like your eyes too. Thank you. Thank you for being live with us the past couple nights. We appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm planning on live streaming tomorrow again, I think. You know, it all depends how things with kids and stuff go as far as getting them to bed. Friday, I'm taking Friday off from work. We were going to go on a camping trip, but it's going to be really hot and humid, a little bit too humid to camp in a tent, but I'm still taking Friday off from work. My son is in swimming lessons right now, so I'm going to go watch him for his final day of swimming lessons, and then I'm going to spend the entire day at the pool with my kids, and then we are going to do like a backyard camping thing. I'm going to set up a campfire in my backyard. We'll make s'mores, and then my local community is doing an outdoor movie night, and so then we're going to do that and have kind of a late night on Friday. On Saturday, we are going to a campground, but we're just not going to spend the night. They have a nice like spring and area to swim in, so I'm going to be there on Saturday. So this weekend, I don't think I'll be streaming because I'll be busy doing something more important with my time, which is making memories with my family. But I am going to try to jump on stream tomorrow so we can finish out this trusted AD chain. So it might be a shorter stream tomorrow, but I'm going to try to be here. All right, looking at chat. I'll answer a few questions quick. Hey, Tyler, when doing red, is evasion a high priority? What are your techniques if you're allowed to disclose it? Red, when you're doing a red team, evasion is a high priority. You don't want to get caught by the blue team. As far as my techniques go, you really want to live off the land. And what I mean by that is you want to enumerate and look at things the same way a normal user would. You don't want to download like random tooling, or you don't want to run Mimikatz and things like that because it's going to quickly be detected. So you want to do everything as possible to look like a standard user and manually enumerate the environment during a red team engagement. All right, let me scroll through. If you don't hear enough, you are appreciating value. Thank you, Crypto King. Seriously, thank you for your generosity earlier, and thank you for the kind words. Gosh, it must be nice to live in the country. I don't live in the country, okay? I live in a village, sort of. My town has 1,000 people, all right? We don't have stoplights, but we have 1,000 people. I don't live out in the country. I'm pretty close to it, though. Hey, I'm suffering from a problem. I think you think you're a CPD. What do you mean you think you're a student and just doing CPTS? And when I go for solving machines and Hack the Box, I suck. Bro, I suck too. Welcome to the party. Hack the Box is hard. I get stuck on easy Hack the Box machines all of the time. You don't have a problem. Welcome to the rest of us. It doesn't matter if you get stuck. It matters if you don't learn in the process. So even if you get completely stuck, if you learn something in the process, that is a success. So just make sure you take notes and document what you were stuck on, so when you come across in the future, you are no longer stuck. Do you use Ubuntu Pro, and do you think it's better? I just use regular Ubuntu, not Ubuntu Pro. But okay, guys, I am going to get ready for bed. I have to be up early tomorrow morning to do jaw jacking for Simply Cyber. And hey, if you don't know what Simply Cyber is, you should come check it out. Let me get logged in real quick. I'll get it pulled up and then I'll share my screen and then we'll find somebody to raid. All right, so if you are not subscribed to Simply Cyber, you should subscribe. Let me drop this over here. We'll go over to Simply Cyber. Let me grab the link. So subscribe to Simply Cyber, but tomorrow, I'm not doing the full show this time. But July 24th, I'm not doing the full show, but I'm doing the Q&A at the end. So at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, I will be on there doing Q&A. So you should come hang out with me tomorrow morning. I'll be streaming again there. Would love to have you. What does it mean to mount and unmount drives in Linux? It's just like how you access the file system on like a hard drive. You mount it, and then when you're done, you unmount it. You do the same thing in Windows, actually. You just right-click the USB to unmount it in Windows. How do you proceed when stuck when doing a CTF? I look at a walkthrough until I'm no longer stuck, and then I go back to the CTF. What up, Port Zero? Shy Hat's online. Amazing. I love the Shy Hat. Hey, if you guys have never followed the Shy Hat, he is an incredible streamer, excellent teacher, very encouraging. Let me go ahead and set up a raid for him. If you are not if you're not watching on Twitch right now, come watch on Twitch. I just dropped a link. Looking over at channels, we have almost 80 people watching right now across the 3 platforms, but only about 30 of you are on Twitch. So the 50 of you others not on Twitch, come join Twitch so you can be part of the raid. Let me go ahead and get this raid ready to go. And apologies again for the VM freezing. I don't know why that happened, but we'll figure it out. All right, I got the raid. Raid is set up for the Shy Hat. Guys, when we do the raid, make sure everyone says in chat, hack smarter, not harder. He will know who we are, and I love to show him some support and love as he spends his time teaching people for free. But thank you, everyone, for taking the time to hang out. I will hopefully be back tomorrow. My VM will hopefully not freeze tomorrow.